Get in there, my son. Manchester United have beaten Spurs away from home, 3-0. I'm really pleased with the victory this evening. I don't give a fuck about the future of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That is by the by when the game is being played. All I want is Manchester United to win the game in hand. And there's been a lot of fans out there that want Manchester United to lose this game of football. Their theory is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will get the sack if Manchester United lose this game, and maybe he would have done, because this Spurs team was absolutely rat shit. But I don't want Manchester United to lose, just in case the manager gets the sack, because it would put Manchester United in a much worse position. And Manchester United have just got to win games of football. I just want to see Manchester United win games of football. That is all I want to see. And Manchester United have won 3-0 today. Probably the most comfortable win of this. I don't know if we could say the most comfortable win of the season. Maybe we could, because it's the first game that Manchester United, I think, of the season, isn't it, that Manchester United have actually scored the second goal to go 2-0 up. Against Leeds, we let in a goal to make it 1-1. Against Newcastle, we let it go 1-1. We stumbled, and then eventually we did put them two teams to the sword, but we stumbled across every other fucking game. So yes, it was only Spurs, and Spurs are fucking rat shit, but we've got the job done. I said in the preview, Manchester United, I would think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should go with the back three. He went with the back three today, and we won. I just think that because you're looking at the players at the back that are playing absolute fucking horseshit. Luke Shaw's been playing horseshit, fucking Wan-Bissaka's been playing horseshit, and Harry Maguire has been playing as bad as fucking, I don't know, fucking, you'd have been better off with fucking Harry Redknapp in fucking centre back these last few fucking weeks. Harry Maguire has been so bad. I could have done a better job. Fucking Tottenham, Mengate, anyone could have done a better job in recent weeks than Harry Maguire, because he's been shit. And bringing a back three in, I think, would help that. I think it helps that, because the fact that he has been so bad, you play a back three more often than not when the defenders aren't good enough. And Harry Maguire hasn't been good enough. Luke Shaw hasn't been good enough. I've been critical of Luke Shaw over the years. He was a bit better last season, but he's got back to the fucking shit Luke Shaw that we've seen of the previous years under Mourinho and whatnot. He was okay before he broke his leg. He was fucking phenomenal, Luke Shaw, but he's never recovered that form. And Wan-Bissaka hasn't been good enough this season, and it's been a problem, that defence. But playing the back three, with bringing Varane back in, obviously is a massive lift, because Varane is a world-class centre-back. That is definitely a massive lift. But a good clean sheet today against obviously a shit performing Spurs team at this moment in time. I don't think they're as bad as they've actually performing at this moment. They're performing worse than they should be, put it that way. They should be a lot better than they are. They've got better players than their performances on the pitch at this moment in time. I don't really know what's happening with Spurs, but Manchester United can only beat what they're put in front of them, and we weren't great. We weren't flattering. 3-0 flattered us, really. We weren't great ourselves, but to get the 3-0, any sort of win. I actually was saying to someone earlier that if Manchester United could get 3 or 4 1-0s, because you're looking at how Arsenal have turned their season around a little bit, with the fact that they started winning games. They got a couple of the odd 1-0s, like against Norwich and against Burnley, and a couple of shit teams, and got a couple of 0-0s. They stopped letting goals in, which before that they were getting smashed. Let 5 in, let a shitload in against Chelsea. They were getting smashed like we have been in previous games, and then they stopped letting the goals in, and then eventually they've now moved on from that. And I think Manchester United need to just keep it tight at the back, maybe keep this back three, and build from there. And if we can get a few maybe 1-0s in the next few weeks and build on that, because whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is in charge or not, that is besides the point for me. I just want to see Manchester United winning games of football, and that is my overall feeling. And today we've seen a quality goal from Cristiano Ronaldo again. Yes, he's probably bailed him out, but the amount of times that players bailed Fergie out, Jesus Christ, we saw the likes of Robin van Persie bail him out time and time again in Fergie's last season as manager. People seem to forget that. But that was a quality strike from Cristiano Ronaldo. We know what the quality some of these players have in the team, and if we keep it tight at the back, we know we can score goals at the other end, because we've got enough firepower at the other end. And Cavani getting himself a goal this evening as well. We know what a quality striker Cavani is, and then Rashford getting on the act as well. what a player Rashford has been since he's come back from injury. 3 goals in 4 games, looking confident, looking good. Maybe that period out and the fact that he had to have surgery has really helped Marcus Rashford, because he is in that previous season, before last season, where last season he was playing a lot through injury, the previous season he was pretty damn good. And if he can keep that form up and progress on that this season, we've got one hell of a footballer on our hands. I never thought that Rashford would get to a more consistent goal scorer, but maybe he can do. When he broke through into the team, I thought it was just a good purple patch and that of early form for Marcus Rashford. But he does seem to have come on in this last season was a bit difficult for Rashford because of his injuries, but the previous season was pretty decent. I think he got about 20 odd goals for Manchester United, and maybe he could be a man that could get 25 goals in a season for Manchester United. I never thought that he would be a 25-30 goal a season man. I really didn't. I thought 15, maybe 20 goals at a push at his peak. I never thought that. When I see him play in the youth football, I never saw a guy that was going to be a consistent goal scorer for Manchester United. I thought maybe he could be a decent player, but I've seen that a lot in the past, with the likes of Danny Welbeck, James Wilson, players like that have come through the Manchester United academy and have not gone on to kick on their Manchester United careers. But Rashford has definitely kicked on more than I ever thought he would, and coming off the bench today and getting himself another goal will do him the world good. I was a bit surprised that he didn't actually start the game. I thought he would probably start the game ahead of Edison Cavani, but Cavani, we know what a good world-class striker he is, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got a lot of options up front, which I think has caused him more problems than it's actually solved this season, because of, you think back to games against that Everton game where he rotated too much and it did cost Manchester United that day, and that's where he's got to really earn his crust if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be manager for many more games, is where he rotates and gets the decisions right and stays rotated, and it has worked out for Manchester United. But Manchester United have won the game. We've got the 3 points. We needed the 3 points. Tottenham toothless up front with Harry Kane up front. He looks like fucking, I mean, they'd be better off with fucking Harry Redknapp up front like we would with fucking in the back when I was saying with Harry Maguire, because Harry Kane has been fucking useless this season. And thankfully Manchester United have kept that clean sheet, which we desperately needed. We've got the 3 points. We move on to Atalanta in the week, which is another massive game which Manchester United need to win. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Ronaldo, a goal and an assist, probably, I don't know, man of the match for me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please hit that share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.